Golden Eras, Facebook on trial, and smells like AI slop. Welcome to the Unlimited Supply Podcast, your daily music business TLDR in your ear, powered by Interest Media replacing social media, and brought to you by Nodesk, helping music technology and finance companies navigate the music industry, and partnered with Digital Music News. It's August 26th, 2026. I'm Lars Murray. It's Viral Wednesday, but before we go viral, well, the world is a slightly less good place today with the death of Dolly Parton. I hope this does not kick off another 2016-style series of iconic passages. This does kind of feel like a big one. Last week, I called Dave Marsh an okay boomer. Dolly was more than okay. She was one of the first boomers and one of the best, and I'm not even going to run down a list of her exploits. There's plenty of documentation online and in the obits, and my social feed is full of people rightly posting their photos alongside Dolly. I never had the good luck to meet her in person, and I don't have a lot to add to the conversation except to point out a lyric that name-checks her right from last year. The British pop star So Good, who puts a lot of pointed social and political commentary into her pop rock bangers, put Dolly into a song called I Love You Forever. The lyric goes, I will love you until Dolly Parton's wrong, therefore I love you forever. And that's about as fitting an epitaph I can find for a great American and a great human, Dolly Parton. Now I'm going to go listen to Dolly's America, one of the most significant podcasts in the canon. Boy, has podcasting changed since it came out in 2019, podcasting's golden era. All right, let's get viral. Let's talk a little about Facebook today. We'll start with Facebook on trial. Literally. Over at social media today, Andrew Hutchinson gave a quick rundown on what's at stake for Facebook and Meta as Facebook is facing a trial brought by a coalition of 29 state attorneys general in California that hinges on whether Facebook is guilty of driving social addiction. Now, I imagine that's not very hard to prove. I mean, they don't use the word addiction most of the time. The biggest question will be, can Meta's thundering hordes of litigators make the case that driving addiction to social media, as destructive to civil society as it might have been and still be, isn't really a crime? Over at Digital Music News, Michael Whalen posted a think piece on the current state of Facebook that, although it's a fairly lengthy read, is a pretty succinct state of the Facebook summary for August 2026. Of course, at this point, there's barely anybody under 40 spending any time there, and the user experience is pretty much enshittified beyond all recognition to anybody who's been using it for more than 10 years. And yet, they're making more money, selling more advertising than ever. While it's true that Facebook still can be an important tool depending on the artists, knowing your fans and owning your data is still more important than ever. I would say duh, but a lot of people abandoned that strategy over the past 15 years. Anyway, there is one tasty nugget buried in all of Michael Whalen's think, and it's more about Spotify than it is about Facebook. I haven't seen all of this in one place previously, and the nugget is this. According to Michael Whalen, according to Spotify, the most committed listeners represent, on average, only 2% of an artist's monthly audience, yet they generate more than 18% of monthly streams. They also account for approximately half of the artist's ticket sales made through Spotify and are 9 times more likely than other listeners to share the artist's music. More than half are still listening 6 months after discovering the artist. So you find the funniest stuff in the weirdest places. Anyway, for a nice little refresher on the current state of Facebook and Spotify and what it means for music marketers, it's worth a read. Relatively speaking, LinkedIn and Reddit have thus far, for me at least, been for the most part enshittification resistant. So that works out well for me, but I got some bad news for you. Over at social media today, Andrew Hutchinson is reporting that LinkedIn users using its new Seems Like AI Slop button have now logged a cool 1 million complaints about AI Slop on LinkedIn. After the podcast, I guess I'll go and make it 1,000,001, even as I continue to explore ways to use AI to improve this podcast workflow without enshittifying myself. By the way, seems like AI Slop could so easily have been worded, smells like AI Slop. Would have been so much fun, but Microsoft gonna Microsoft. As for what's actually viral this week, not much change from last week on the major platforms, but Shakira's got another trending song. She-Wolf is fueling Instagram's My Biggest Flex trend. But Our viral correspondent Lydia Valentino is here. What do you got, Lydia?
Hey Lars, meet Nuda05, an Atlanta rapper signed to Lil Baby's Glass Window Entertainment, formerly known as 4PF, whose single Around Me was used in 80,600 TikToks per day this past week. The main reason this blew up is obvious: the sample of Tova Lo's 2015 hit Talking Body taking up most of the chorus. But the song as a whole speaks to an era of big, hooky trap music that was dominant in some form throughout the entire 2010s decade, only starting to level off around 2022. I can't lie, I miss the peak trap era sometimes. And I think the kids do too.
Thank you, Lydia. I sure don't miss that golden era of trap, but maybe if the golden era of trap can come back, so can the golden era of podcasting. You can check out Lydia's V30 playlist on YouTube. There's a link in the show notes. And that's another Viral Wednesday. Support for Unlimited Supply is provided by you, our listeners. Sign up for a full year of support for us, and you'll get a full year's membership at a 20% discount. You'll also get a limited edition Unlimited Supply Merit Badge trucker hat. It's the ultimate accessory for the music industry insider. If you like what you hear, go buy a hat, or at least please smash that follow button wherever you get your pods. I live for your praise and encouragement in person, but it helps a lot more if you drop us a rating and or a review on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or Spotify, and tell a friend or three. And now we're on Substack. Go there and subscribe to get us every day in your inbox. Links are in the show notes, but you can also visit unlimitedsupplypod.com to sign up for our newsletter, to tell us what you think about the show, to suggest feature ideas, to feed us info, to feed us lunch, to call us out on our dubious assertions, and to tell us what we're missing out on. I'm Lars Murray, and remember, in this business, no conflict means no interest.